We begin tonight with President Biden delivering his first State of the Union under the shadow of war raging in Ukraine.
And taking a live look outside the Capitol Hill in a 62-minute speech, President Biden vowed to check Russian aggression and rally Congress behind Ukraine.
Madam Speaker, the President of the United States.
President Biden entered the House chamber for his first State of the Union address. With a focus on the war in Europe, lawmakers wore blue and yellow ribbons to show their support for Ukraine.
Stand and send an unmistakable signal to the world in Ukraine.
The president announced he's closing U.S. airspace to Russian aircraft following the move of European allies.
Further isolating Russia and adding additional squeeze on their economy.
The president also stressed the importance of the Nato alliance in standing up to Russia's unprovoked aggression and Vladimir Putin.
He thought he could divide us at home, in this chamber, in this nation. He thought he could divide us in Europe as well. But Putin was wrong. We are ready.
As Biden spoke, Russian forces were escalating their attacks on crowded urban areas in Ukraine. At least 10 people died and dozens more were hurt when a Russian missile slammed into this building in Kharkiv. Eyewitness video captured the moment another Russian missile hit this television tower in the capital city of Kyiv, knocking out TV stations and killing at least 5 people. A 40-mile-long Russian convoy remains stalled north of the capital. It has barely moved over the past 24 hours because of fuel and food shortages. However, President Biden remains adamant that he has no intentions of sending U.S. troops into Ukraine.
KPIX 5's Katie Nielsen spoke with our military affairs analysts.
The State of the Union is typically just that, a time for the president to talk about what is happening in this country. But tonight, Biden spent the first 10 minutes of his speech talking about the conflict in Ukraine.
When dictators do not pay a price for their aggression, they cause more chaos.
Tonight, President Biden had harsh words for Russian President Vladimir Putin, saying it was his goal to inflict pain on Russia.
When you're dealing with Putin, you have got to come across with confidence and from a position of extraordinary strength.
KPIX 5 military affairs analyst, retired Colonel Brendan Kearney, says while Biden reassured Americans there are no plans for the U.S. to fight against Russia in Ukraine, he worries conflict between our countries could be inevitable, especially as more U.S. troops will be heading to neighboring countries which are members of NATO.
There's a chance if we were to build up too many troops on the Polish border or down in Romania, the chances of hostilities increase dramatically.
Biden announced new sanctions against Russia in the State of the Union that would punish the country economically. That could do 2 things. One, as money in Russia becomes next to worthless, it could limit Russia's ability to continue the current military campaign. And 2, it might put pressure on Putin's supporters.
Now, if they start suffering pain, I think the theory is they in turn will turn around and pressure Putin to stop this absolute nutso campaign that he's conducting in Ukraine.
Also today, Apple announced it is stopping the sale of all Apple products in Russia. It's also turning off any live information on Apple Maps in Ukraine as a safety and precautionary measure. It all comes after a request from Ukraine's Vice Prime Minister directly to Apple CEO Tim Cook. Talks to work out some type of a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine are expected in the coming days. In Pleasanton, Katie Nielsen, KPIX 5.